I love my husband, and to say that I obey him is to say I honor him, to say I respect him and his choices and his decision to lead this family. I don't lead nothing. If I were to lead this family, we'd be down in the gutter because I got Afterpay, Affirm, I got debt, I got all this craziness in my life. I ain't leading nothing. That's what God created him for me. He is my helpmate, and I'm to be his helpmate, not his burden, not his back talk, not his attitude, not the one that brings him down. And so sometimes I think that we are in such this independent mindset as women, and it's like, I'm sorry.
What did you learn from your first heartbreak?
You know, I've never really had heartbreak. I started dating my wife at 16, and I've never truly loved another woman romantically. So I've never really had heartbreak, but I've learned a lot about loving the same woman, and that is that you must be willing to love them as they change. Because the 16-year-old version of Melissa isn't the same as the 20-year-old with no kids, or the 25-year-old mother of 2 kids, or the 30-year-old, or 35 or 40. You know, every version of that person has changed, and I think I've learned to love her as she changes, and she's loving me as I change. And that's probably the thing I've learned the most.
And what advice did you give to those who are looking to get married?
I think a lot of times we fall for the Hollywood version of love. Expecting to navigate a relationship without any sort of friction means one or both of you is not being truthful and honest. Every day is not going to be a great day, but that doesn't mean the relationship isn't good.
You know what I notice about some women is that some women expect for a man to love her unconditionally, but she wants to love this man under conditions. What this man can do for her, how much he can provide, how much money he make, where he work, what type of job he doing. But this man is supposed to accept you with open arms. Baby, you have yet to heal from childhood trauma. Your mama and your daddy failed you. You still have abandonment issues, baby. You insecure with yourself because you sitting here comparing yourself to this girl on social media. You don't even like the way that you look, but this man is supposed to accept you and love you unconditionally. Have you checked on that man's mental health? Have you called him and asked him, is he okay? Did you tell him that he was a king? Did you make him feel like that? And a lot of women say it's not my job to shape and mold a man. That may not be your job, but it ain't your job to damn sure as hell stress that man out. But he gotta love you unconditionally and take you and your badass kids. I'm sorry. Call me back.
The number one determining factor of a man's success is who he chooses as a wife. And the reality is this: when you choose someone as a wife, are you choosing someone who is going to be a believer in your dream, who is going to advocate for you, who is going to be the wind in your sails, who is going to be your support system? Or are you rescuing someone? Are you the type of man who is the Captain Save-A-Ho, for a lack of a better term? Are you trying to rescue her from, because she's broken, she's damaged, and she is codependent on you, and it feels good in that moment while you're dating her, so next thing you know, you put a ring on it, and then she is chaotic, she is sporadic, she is not a supporter of your dreams, she is emotionally reckless, and therefore every time you try and launch a business, you try and do something great, you try and live your life's purpose, you have to deal with the chaos that is your spouse, right?
People are finding it very hard to stay together as we move closer to 2023. Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Because all the programming for the last 10 years has been designed to teach us how to break up. It's been designed, men and women against each other, to fear commitment, to glorify single life, to kind of think, okay, this is how you move on, this is how you play hard to get, this is how you get someone to sleep with you. You have created the groundwork for divorce and none of the groundwork for marriage. You don't see people teaching them that this is how to communicate your pain, or this is how to select a partner correctly. You say, this is how you trick a guy into that. This is how you take a girl, and this is how you get her to sleep with you, and this is how you get her money. We've glorified so much, and we have almost demonized marriage that we are now programmed to simply keep moving on to the next and finding alternatives. And combined with the plentiful alternatives we have now through technology, is a recipe for disaster.
My dad once told me that he loves my mom more than he loves me.
I don't have kids yet, but I will 100% love my wife more than I love them. Let me explain. I'm gonna love those kids so much, more than I love myself. But I'll be damned if anyone's coming between me and my bestie. Part of our job as parents will be to be an example for our kids of what to look for in a spouse. And what our kids are gonna observe is that their parents are obsessed with each other. Does this mean I'm gonna go up to them and say, hey, buddy, I don't like you as much as your mom? No! But it does mean that I'm gonna prioritize my wife and our marriage for the benefit of our kids. What do you think?
Retweet.
This is iron right here. But the thing about this iron is it has become dull. This should be able to slice me wide open. But the only reason that it's not slicing me open is because it's been hitting against wood. If iron sharpens iron, what doesn't sharpen iron? Wood. What happens is if iron and wood are constantly in relationship, this can never be sharpened because it's not made from the same material. So this is what the scripture says when it tells us not to be unequally yoked. Because if I'm walking with a material that doesn't or is not able to supply me with the sharpening that I need, there's two things that happen. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, something, some venture that is not equally yoked, what happens is one will become damaged and the other will become dull. Many of us are in relationships that are unequally yoked and it's hurting both of you. Because you started off sharp, but you started having relationship with wood. People that don't have the same values, people that don't believe God. Oh, we can just do it this one time. We can go to the club tonight. It's your birthday. You 22, you 28, you 35, you 69. Get out the club. And we just keep hitting. And what happens is the thing that was sharp becomes dull. And the thing that was wood becomes damaged.
When it comes to sex, we're in these relationships where a woman's body doesn't open up for her man naturally. A woman naturally should just start flowing because true love, true soulmates, they're connected at the heart, not up here. Same thing for a man. A man should be like, ready to go because he sees his woman and it's not even about how she looks. It's about how she loves him. It's about how she speaks. It's about her intelligence. It's about, yes, her body and her beauty as well. It's about her kindness. It's about her heart. It's about all of it. It's this connection. And again, 9,999 out of 10,000 couples, it's an act. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes later, you roll over and it's fucking done. What kind of bullshit is that?
I get my wife to let me do what I want. Well, you just do what you want. See what I'm saying? You don't get your wife to let you. You just do it. And if she doesn't like it, out she goes. Get yourself a new wife that will let you. Or just be single. Just be an individual who does what you want. Because at some point in time, dude, whenever you can't do what you want because of your spouse, I would say that's misaligned at the end of the day, folks. If you operate as authentically you and your spouse decides that she doesn't like it or he doesn't like it, well, then you should probably find somebody else that does. Because there's somebody out there that'll like you exactly like you are, or they'll appreciate you exactly like you are. Either way, you do what you want. You make yourself happy. You can't make other people happy, bro.
When your wife tells you she's pregnant, your life is over. Take a good look at the clothes you're wearing, as you will be wearing them for a long time. Your kids will look hip and cool as you fall farther out of fashion. People make fun of dads and how we dress, a white t-shirt, Bermuda shorts, black socks with the sandals. We don't dress that way because we're stupid. We dress that way because that's all we've got left.